Hi guys, it's Faye here. So, are you thinking about buying a property in Malaysia, whether you want to invest, retire, or own a second home? This video will walk you through the entire process, from choosing a property, legal procedure, finance, taxes, all the way to getting your keys. And most importantly, how much money you actually need to prepare as a foreign buyer. So today's video is going to be a little bit long. Remember to subscribe my channel and like my video so you wouldn't miss it again. Right, okay? Alright, so let's start. I prepared a slide here, so we're going to go through everything. So first, why Malaysia? As a foreigner, why you should choose Malaysia? I would say Malaysia property is relatively affordable compared to like Singapore and Hong Kong, right? Especially. We have a very strong exchange rate advantage for foreigners, and we also have a lot of option here. You can live in city like KL, of course like JB as well, and just across the bridge you can easily access to Singapore. Okay, and then or maybe you want to have a retirement lifestyle, Malaysia compared to the other country, because we are slightly slow, right? We are quite peace here, so the lifestyle here I think is relatively relaxed to live in here for your retirement. Okay, and of course we have freehold properties available even for foreigner. Yes, foreigner can buy freehold property in Malaysia. So not only you own it, you can also pass down to your children, grandchildren. Okay, and in Malaysia, as you can see, English is widely used in Malaysia. We speak most of us speak quite well English here, so you don't have to worry. And next, can foreigner buy property in Malaysia? Yes, of course. Foreigner can always legally buy property in Malaysia, but there are some minimum purchase price depending on the state. So in JB, minimum purchase price for foreigner is usually 1 million. But of course, there are some project, especially condo project, that is exempt. So means that foreigner can actually purchase below 1 million. If in this case, it's always start from around 500,000, 600,000 or 700,000, depends on different projects and how much the developer actually applied the consent from the government. Okay, and then always we have different rules. And always we have different rules for different property, like landed property. Usually for foreigner, you have to buy from 1 million and above. And there's a rules that foreigner only can buy that landed property, which is double story and above. So 1 story, even 1.5 story, foreigner are not allowed to buy. And then high-rise condo normally don't have so much of the restrictions. Okay, so I would say most of the foreigner, when they purchase the first property in Malaysia, usually is condos. But of course, if your budget is allowed you to purchase a bigger, even land, yes, you can do that as well. Alright, so from now, I will start to going through all the process step by step. So the first step is how you can choose the right property. Normally, of course, we base on your budget. So like I said just now, foreigner sometimes on some projects, yes, you can purchase below 1 million. So the next thing is we have to look on the purpose. Are you going to on-stay, or are you going to do as Airbnb investment, long-term rental investment, or just for a capital appreciation? So different purpose, I would suggest different project. Okay, so always, no matter you are getting for on-stay or getting for investment purpose, location, always the most important thing. Okay, so the location, we can choose whether it's near the CIQ, which is the custom, JB custom to Singapore, access to Singapore, or near the RTS, which is the new MRT station, 1 stop away from Singapore. So about like 6 minutes away from Singapore. Okay, so it's very depends. Next, after you choose the unit that you prefer, that you like, then we going to book it down. Okay, so how you book it is normally, of course, you may have to fill in some form. We may need to get some document from you, especially the passport. Okay, and then pay the booking fee. The booking fee normally is around like a few thousand. The minimum what I see is 1,000. Okay, some project they might require more, so maybe 2,000, 3,000, 5,000. The maximum I've seen is 10,000 for the booking fee. If someone asks me, what if maybe I change my mind after I place the booking, can I pull back? Yes, you can, but the refund policies is very different by the developer. Some developer, they allows for fully refund if you have a very valid reason. Like some people, they may not get their loan approval from the bank, so if they can submit the loan rejection letter, so most of the developer, yes, they will refund fully. Sometimes they may charge the admin fee, so this admin fee will also depends on the developer. Each developer has always have different kind of policy here. Okay, and this is the very first step. You book the unit, you hold the unit before you sign the SPA. Alright, the next step, which is optional because someone they may not have so much cash, or maybe they like to have a more flexible cash flow, then they can choose to have a loan in Malaysia. Foreigner can get Malaysia bank loans. So the typical margin is always around 60 to 80%. And then bank will always ask for some document like to prove your income amount, to check your credit profile based on the place that you live, or previously, like maybe you come from different countries, right? And then existing commitments as well. So based on all these, bank will approve different margins. Okay, so next one, after you get the loan approval, then next we can arrange for SPA signing. So this SPA signing is a legal agreement between buyer and developer. Always lawyer will involve in this process. Okay, so normally the loan application would take around within 1 month, sometimes with more than 1 month. Okay, so it all depends on the document, whether maybe sometimes they need to have some extra supporting documents, so maybe that the timeline will be slightly longer, but the next step would definitely be SPA signing. So this is where your purchase officially become a legally binding here. Okay, and then next is the state consent approval. This one will fully done by the lawyer side, the lawyer firm. Time may be varied. Usually it takes months. Okay, maybe sometimes it faster, 2 to 3 months. Sometimes maybe take up to 6 months and above. It very depends on the state. Okay, and then next is the completion. After done the final payments and all the document already done, so normally we have the handover procedure here, and then buyer have to inspect the unit to check whether there's any defect, and then after the defect checking, we can start to renovate here. Okay, and after renovation, of course, you are ready to move in or ready to rent out the unit. Alright, so that's the overall process of how foreigner buy property in Malaysia, from choosing the right property all the way to the legal procedure and approval process. But I realized this video is getting a little too long, so I'm going to split this into part 1 and part 2. In the next video, I will be breaking down the most important part, the actual cost involved. So including down payment, legal fee, stamp duty, loan cost, maintenance fee, and the hidden expenses that many overseas buyers don't prepare for. So if you are seriously considering buying property in Malaysia, you definitely don't want to miss part 2. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notification so you know when the next video is out. I'm Faye, your best JB property buddy. I'll see you in the next video.